everybody, welcome to 60-Minute Access. We can finally do PS4 games.
Let's throw a party.
I'm Bronson.
And I'm Anthony.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Bremen.
He forgets his name.
Man, gotta read that slip of paper that says your name on it.
Yeah. Well, just, if you didn't know, we had teleprompters this whole time. And we also have our new contributor who has been on a couple videos in the past, long time ago.
John Macaluso.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, John, tell people about yourself.
I like video games.
I cannot lie.
You have met the first
I like video games
prerequisite.
and I like writing, which is why I'm here.
All right.
So that works.
That's why we're giving you a tryout.
All right, sounds good.
So the reason that, like, you're like, well, you guys used to add members to staff really quickly. That's exactly why we're doing tryouts now instead of adding people to members of staff really quickly.
We could do it conventional like every other company do interviews.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, interviews are cool. I'm
But-
good with interviews.
But, like, no one wants to interview for not being paid to write about games. So,
you'd be surprised when the moment you say, we pay, everyone suddenly comes to you, right?
yeah.
So is this the beginning of the game?
Yes, I started a new game.
Okay.
Hoping I didn't delete my save from my 100%ed good save.
You probably did.
Yeah. We'll find out when I try to show those later powers.
That's okay, you already got your platinum.
That is true, but I wanted to show some powers later that I get later on in the game. But oh well. I would say this is pretty much what Washington looks like if you want to do it.
I don't think you would delete it, did you?
No, I just so we'll see.
If the new game deleted everything, it probably would have given you a colossal red flashing warning of neon saying, "Are you sure?"
So has anyone besides me ever driven through Washington?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you have. So
This is in like the forest areas west of Seattle.
Yeah, pretty much. Or like.
There's like this ferry that goes from Victoria, British Columbia, down to I forgot what the little city is called, Port Angeles, something like that.
Fun fact about Port Angeles, that's where John Elway's from.
What's a John Elway?
Tell me about the San Diego Chargers.
Oh god. Football season is going to be so much fun.
When is the draft?
Next week?
Yeah, it's in a week.
If I get off early enough, Anthony, we should watch that.
We might, yeah.
Yeah. John, same thing. We'll order a bunch of food. Watch our teams fuck up their futures.
You had me at food.
I'm watching NBA Finals, or semifinals.
What's this NBA you say?
Oh, jeez.
To be fair, I've also been watching baseball, so.
So we were basically spray painting.
So yeah, this is actually one of the things Nick was talking about with the DualShock that was really neat. And the first thing you do in the game is you turn the controller on its side and use motion controls to
Start tagging it.
Simulate spray canning a giant board from
You're
30 feet away.
You're tagging something, yes.
You know what? I really liked that in this game. It was fun.
It was cool. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of the art was really cool too.
Yeah.
Damn it. Think, Delsin, think. Party at the Longhouse. Just gotta get there, mingle, establish an alibi. I'm a goddamn criminal mastermind.
Uh-huh.
You shouldn't leave the evidence there.
So much for criminal mastermind.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It's like, I'm a criminal mastermind. Well, you better back it up if you're going to make claims like that.
Genius.
So, Brian, what is this fine drink you brought us? Like, what is it flavored like?
It's basically
It's just me,
almost
Betty.
like chai tea.
Okay.
Ooh.
Would you put
That
the
tastes
stapler
tasty.
down? Seriously.
I will give this a try.
What are you doing here?
Well, if
Why
you don't, I will.
you addicted to the
I
club?
got like
Um,
drinking one already. I'll
I
finish
just
this.
Didn't feel all that accomplished tonight, but you look amazing. Looks great on you. Seriously.
What were you doing up on the roof? Hmm?
Nothing.
It's
Were
okay.
you up to mischief?
You want it, John?
You don't want it? Thank you.
Kind of tastes kind of like sweet milky tea, I guess was the way I'd describe it.
See, I like it. That's really good.
I have to be back here in 5 minutes, and if you're still here,
Thanks, Betty.
this is the last time. I have to go back to my office. Apparently, I'm getting a phone call.
Nope. I cannot believe he doesn't have anything better to do.
Oh man. So, speaking of superheroes, let me play a superhero game. That new Spider-Man movie's out.
Haven't seen it yet.
Who else?
seen it yet.
Who else here isn't going to see it?
Get to the long
So the first one was terrible.
The first one was.
It was really bad.
I don't know. The only thing it was pretty good, I thought, just because of the
This is
fact
what
that
I kinda
he kept
thought
his
of.
web the way it was.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, like, they got some little details right, but, like, as a film, it fails horribly. And,
Maybe it was pretty good
the-
because Emma Stone was in it.
yeah, there's that, too.
She makes every movie that she's in incredibly good, and she doesn't even have to talk.
Yeah, exactly. She just needs to be in the film. But, in all seriousness, no, that, like, I get super pissed that people are like, oh, I love The Amazing Spider-Man, but hate Spider-Man 3. Because I was like,
I thought Spider-Man 3 was okay.
yeah, I thought it was alright,
It was
too.
okay. Like my big problem with
They should have used Brock Lesnar as Eddie Brock.
the
That's actually not a bad idea.
No, it's not.
No, it's not at all.
My biggest problem with Spider-Man 3 was that they had like too many sad moments that they would drag on, like Harry Osborn does, and they're just like, let's drag it on for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, well-
that's what it felt like.
No, the thing that pissed me off is everyone complained about Peter Parker.
Pick a
Be-
peppers.
Yeah, Peter Parker.
The word he's about to say is emo.
Yep, emo Peter Parker, and then they also complained about the jazz club scene and like the scene where he's being, all like really weird and kind of creepy with ladies. And I would say, you know what, that is fine because Movie Bob did a whole video on this recently, and it's like, and he said, well, it's like. The symbiote has no idea what cool is. Peter Parker has a total nerd's idea of what cool is.
That was close.
And, like, that's exactly what would happen if, like, a nerd, like, a kind of a dude who's, a pretty calm, nerdy guy thought, like, oh, I'm gonna go try and be cool because I'm super aggressive with this symbiote.
Don't look down, don't look down.
Yeah.
So, you would get this dude who's just like cringe-worthy to watch.
I thought that turned out the way I kind of planned it would be. Really.
Yeah, and also,
Okay, I wouldn't say planned, but it's like basically that's how I was expecting.
also people are like, oh man, I hate him as Venom Spider-Man. You're supposed to. The black suit is supposed to represent like him being a dick.
Brother over and over and over again.
Still say a little bit of Brock Lesnar for Eddie Brock. Because Eddie Brock really was big.
Yeah.
Is this how you want to leave your mark on the world?
It was really weird seeing the kid from like that '70s show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Couldn't fill out the suit.
But like even then though, just like all the actors in that did a really good job. In fact, more like in my opinion, this Garfield kid is just terrible as Peter Parker.
Well, that's funny because I think he's pretty decent. I think he's a good Spider-Man.
I think he's good as Spider-Man. I think he sucks as Peter Parker. And you know it's true.
I do know that's true.
And Maguire was, like, he was a really good Peter Parker, and he was an okay Spider-Man. Like, not amazing, but he was good.
Well, that means, that's what I said. That's why I said when I text him, like, so it's a not so amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah. And then I posted, brrrr. Oh, God.
But I did like that Winter Soldier movie, though.
I've heard nothing but good things about that movie.
I've, like, from critics and people I've talked to. The thing about the Amazing series, what the Amazing Spider-Man series has told me is, like, the general public in America has horrible taste in movies.
No, you think? Why do you think Resident Evil is so damn popular?
Because it's so true to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
totally.
true to the series.
Hey, Jay.
Or I will shoot you. Right?
Because they're making another one.
And I don't want to hurt nobody.
So am I taking this to mean that this guy's like Rogue?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Later in the game, he describes himself as having powers like a sponge.
So he's Rogue.
One thing I will say that that I really kind of bummed me out versus the other influences. You guys know I platinumed the other two also, and I like one thing that was kind of irritating to me is they didn't do more of the comic book cutscenes. I really like those, and they seem to just be taking them out like as the series goes forward.
Dude, that should be the next movie, Infamous.
Dude, if there was an Infamous movie and it didn't suck,
I like it.
See, that's kind of a lot to ask right there. That doesn't suck.
I like.
especially because the studio that owns Infamous is the one who makes the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
So,
The further away Hollywood is from video games, the happier I am.
I don't know, like,
well-
there have been a couple of instances where it's been alright. Advent Children was pretty good.
Yeah, but that's all right. What we want is
That was in
good.
CG.
Because let's be honest here, the problem with a video game movie is that everyone expects it to be true in every single conceivable little detail to the game. Where the problem is that the game is an interactive thing,
Okay,
whereas
well,
the movie is not.
here's a
So-
good example. If you ever went to, you guys ever seen something on YouTube? There was some guys who made like a Street Fighter film on YouTube, and this was like, low budget type film.
Yeah.
But they did it to the point where you're like, dude, that should have been the Street Fighter movie.
They do the same thing with Mortal Kombat. I
Yeah.
can't remember the. I want to say Annihilation, but I can't remember the.
And
the
I mean,
title.
did you guys watch Halo Forward Unto Dawn? That was pretty
But
legit.
that was, yeah.
Because I mean, like now as I checked up on those guys and they're making another series because I guess they got some kind of popularity. Now they're making like a version of a story, background story of Akuma. And it's gonna be a little mini series on YouTube. I'm like, well, dude, you guys did a good job anyway. So
I'll have to look that up. I haven't heard of it.
because like the thing that what made it impressive for me was, Ryu was actually Japanese, and Ken was actually American, but he could also speak Japanese and English at the same time. So it was awesome. Fight scenes too.
As long as we're talking about video game like movies, one movie that is incredibly true to the game that it's based off of, and I will argue this to everyone, is Dead or Alive.
No.
Dead or Alive
Nope.
is loud, dumb, obnoxious, and all about kung fu and boobs.
Nope.
What was that movie? Loud, dumb, obnoxious, and all about what? Kung fu and boobs.
I have not seen that movie. I can't
Don't-
speak for it.
Don't.
You should watch it. It's all right. You should not go in expecting like highbrow entertainment, but if you just want to watch some really good fight scenes and see tits, yeah,
There
dude.
wasn't really very good fight scenes either. That's what made it worse.
The fight scenes were all right. Like they weren't amazing, but.
We'll see, and this is absolutely a good game to be playing while talking about this. When it comes to making games for movies, the reason I have a problem with that is because games are movies essentially that you control, especially with the graphics like on this one.
Yeah, this game is beautiful.
It is incredible.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at this. Look at that, man. Just the dude.
You can. I took so many screenshots of this game.
Oh yeah, no,
It's ridiculous.
whenever a game really impresses me on the PS4, I'm posting screenshots to Facebook all the time. Oh god.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Speaking of terrible video game movies, though, Bob Hoskins died. He was in a bunch of really good movies, including the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, that's
Did you
why
just
I
say,
said-
but you let in with really good and then mention Mario?
Okay, I said and.
Okay.
I didn't say that
I'm
that
just
was a
saying.
quality
Yeah,
film.
that was kind of a. I mean, really.
But no, but either way, dude passed away at age 70 something. What else was going on? Oh yeah, and then immediately the post on Twitter was remembering Bob Hoskins for the Super Mario Brothers movie is like remembering Super Mario for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I've been remembered as somebody else, but it had to be the Mario movie.
Because he did a lot of good films, but
Coincidentally, I saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit for the first time in a long time, just before I read an article about
before
that.
he died.
Yeah.
It's really weird how that works out because I went to totally unrelated to movies, but I went to McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Not loving it anymore after I read this. And these offbeat for a second. These cutscenes I really miss. They were all over the first Infamous, and that's what I grew to love. And they were less in the second, and There's only like 6 of these in the third.
Wait for a minute.
And I'm like, why? Why do you keep getting rid of the comic bookiness?
They had
That's what I like.
red-headed bitch there. Really into needles and scalpels.
I think I can agree with that.
She did the needles.
They're really well done, and they were in the first and second one as well.
They were like, that's how they told the story in the first one.
Sooner or later they'll screw up. And they always do. You maybe see something or you hear something, learn things you weren't supposed to know. So when that bitch put the 3 of us in that wagon, I knew what was coming. A golden opportunity.
By the way, we were talking about movies. I can't believe the movie where Paul Giamatti dresses up as a talking rhino to fight a high school scientist is getting bad reviews.
Poking around inside my head. It was me. I thought that was you. You saw it, right? That DUP prison. If she catches you, that's where you're going. Wait!
I am looking forward to that Godzilla movie though.
Oh, absolutely.
That does look good.
I'm warning you.
I'm also looking.
Back off!
See, is there any like other movie I'm really
The new
looking
X-Men
forward
movie I don't know.
Movies I'm looking forward to this year are Guardians of the Galaxy,
to? I have no interest in that one.
I don't know what happened, but you better be ready.
and probably the new Hobbit. I want to say there's something else.
Was it
but I
another
can't think of
Hobbit?
it.
It's a
It's
Yeah,
the
trilogy.
last
it's a
one.
trilogy.
Yeah.
It's a trilogy.
For a book that's not even long as Lord of the fucking Rings.
I've seen only the first movie.
Until you fix this.
I haven't seen the second
And
one.
I love the
I
way you
haven't either.
described it, Anthony.
At least so
You knew what I meant though.
I knew what you
But
meant,
it
but
just
it's so
if you took it out
really-
of context, it's like
she knows
Really?
what we're playing.
yeah. So I basically described the first Hobbit movie. It felt like one giant prologue,
Yeah.
which is what it's supposed to be. But what I meant to say is that it just felt really flat. It wasn't really built. It didn't feel like it was building towards anything. It wasn't like I understand that prologues don't really build towards anything
So
because
like,
they're
the
prologues.
defecation of smog is really not that.
I don't know. I haven't-
Desolation, defecation is something different.
Some really complicated fantasy word.
Nobody's ever gotta know about any of this.
I have yet to see the second one, but I already know I'm gonna love it and want to see the next one.
I'm so very disappointed.
Very, very awesome bad guy, by the way.
Well, we
I
got
liked her.
Right?
No,
Is that the same lady from earlier?
Conduit for you.
No.
Okay, good.
Especially you guys.
Bioterrorist. Henry Daughtry was a bioterrorist. Conduit. It was a word used by traitors who sympathize with their cause. You're not a traitor, are you?
I try not to be.
You seem nervous.
No, I'm not nervous.
Man, he sucks at
In my
playing cool.
experience, there are reasons.
Can you do any better?
Nervous.
Yeah, let's have the prospect of like giant rocks going through your bones and see how cool you are.
Well, if they went, you think if he can touch things, right, and absorb power?
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? He can only do it
You
from
would
living
never
beings.
get
Never mind.
bioterrorist.
yeah.
My point is moot.
And also he can only do it from prime conduits. So
Yeah.
like not.
Did he say anything to you? Share any of his
Subhumans.
ramblings
Yeah.
about conspiracies?
No, he didn't share anything.
Good.
Really?
That's good to hear. You see, we are engaged in a life and death war.
I can't believe how good this
with
game looks.
bioterrorists,
Like,
and
it
it's
looks
my
so
job to
good.
do
Yeah.
Like especially when you factor in that's an open world game,
to ensure that
like not
we-
just a
Well, how much newer is the
Which is why I
PlayStation
can't
4?
wait for the new Dragon Age. Sorry, just that to say.
fuck Dragon Age, Batman.
Well, that too. There he is.
Batman's
I
what-
used to be excited about BioWare.
Okay.
Just because they messed up on 2.
Oh, messed up is an
Well-
understatement.
I wouldn't say they messed up on 2. I would say they
Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire.
how should I put
It's
this?
clear now that you are not.
Kind of took a lot
There's
out
something that you're not
of what
telling.
made the first game really likable.
What are you doing?
I guess that's one.
Absolutely, yeah. I was
Let's be
so
honest.
disappointed by this.
Because it's like, let's be honest, in 2010, BioWare was like my favorite developer because they had just made Dragon Age 1 and Mass Effect 2. which was kind of like their peak. And then Dragon Age 2 was like the warning flag that said, hey, something might be going on here. And then the Old Republic came out, which kind of came and went. And then,
Because it's Star Wars. Sorry, Star Wars fans.
Really?
Hey, I love Star Wars.
Well,
So,
they say, look, at Dragon Age 3, you get to pick your own race again. I'm like,
you know, one thing about these upcoming games I'm excited for is Batman right now is slated to come out on my birthday. That is
He's got that
fantastic.
Batmobile!
And he has the Batmobile.
I hope that Batmobile actually drives correctly.
Yeah, you know, that's the
Because,
first thing I thought.
because if that thing drives like a vehicle in Crackdown, then I'm not going to be excited.
Oh. Yeah, we're gonna turn ourselves in. I much prefer good Delsin to asshole Delsin in this game.
I would have just said, no! Don't get turned in.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
what?
Survival of the fittest.
I'm a conduit, all right? I caught it a second ago from that guy.
Oh, you caught it. Very funny.
Ah! God!
Delsin!
yeah, see? How cool would you be? Sure, that feels real
You
good.
can give me a straight answer.
Imagine how that guy in the concrete feels.
Yeah, I'm told that hurts.
What a bitch. So this happens as you grow a certain karma. Like, it starts to lean one way or the other. So I think we should get past the first bit of fighting and whatnot, and then I'll show off some of my later stuff.
Access granted.